Hello and welcome to another episode of Millennial Economics. Today we're going to talk about NFTs. How many times have you heard that over the past couple months? Let's dive right into it. If you have been anywhere in the YouTube verse or the podcast realm or Reddit or anywhere on the internet that's regarding personal finance, the chances of you hearing about NFTs over the past few months is probably pretty high. So I want to tell you a little bit about my experience here recently over the past week or so with NFTs, how I did it, and how I made, or I should say doubled, my investment within 24 hours of purchasing one. So let's start first with explaining what an NFT is. So NFT stands for non-fungible token. And as with every video, I have a little notepad here in my lap, and so I'm going to read you a definition. An NFT is a non-interchangeable unit of data stored on a blockchain. Okay? That sounds complicated. That sounds fancy. Just think about it in terms of it is a unit of something on a blockchain that's constantly verifying that everything is accurate, so it can't be duplicated, it can't be transferred, what have you. Okay, so it is something. Usually, it's attached to a piece of art or some sort of memorabilia, or maybe a trading card or a video or a highlight if we're talking about sports, right? It is this thing that is attached to a blockchain that's constantly verifying it so it cannot be duplicated, okay? So it's the same way that when you buy a sports card and you a sports pack, or a pack of sports cards, we'll get it right eventually, and you open that up and you pull out a card and it says 1 of 100, okay? You're trusting that card company has only made 100 of that card, and that you have one of them. All right, NFTs work in the exact same way. So maybe they're saying, hey, we've made 1,000 of these NFTs and you have one of them. And we're able to verify that you have that exact one of 1,000 in existence because of this blockchain that it's attached to. Maybe it's one of one that you're purchasing, and you have the only one in the world. You have the only one in the universe, and the blockchain is verifying that that's accurate. I think a lot of people struggle with NFTs because you're not holding anything tangible, right? But it works the very same way that trading card does that says 1 of 100. So moving on to my experience with NFTs, and for those of you that know me or maybe have followed the podcast for the last couple years, you know that I'm not a very I don't dive into risky investments very quickly and very often, okay? And when I do, it's with a very small portion of what I invest. And I really want to iterate that. I really want to reiterate that and hit hard with that here on this video. You know, this NFT or even cryptocurrency is such a small portion of what I invest. It is a small portion, but oftentimes it's the loudest that you hear on the internet because it's fun and it's exciting and it's new. But most, and I just posted on Instagram about this, most successful investors are not investing 90, 100, even 80, 70, or 50% of their monthly margin or of what they're investing into these higher risk investments. Most people are investing a very small portion into this and playing it for the long run and seeing what happens with it a ways down the road. Okay, so I just want to really preface that before we talk about this. But how did I do it? Okay, so I stumbled upon, I think through a YouTube video, an app called Vivi. And essentially, Vivi is a company that is partnered with a lot of large brands and has officially licensed products. Some of those brands are Disney, Marvel, DC. So very, very large brands that have been around for a long time have partnered with Vivi and licensed material with them. And what Vivi does is they offer kind of two different options. You can purchase these NFTs that are officially licensed and released by these big companies on drops. Okay, so what are drops? Well, a couple times a week, they say at 10 a.m. On this specific day, there's going to be, say, 5,000 NFTs released for this given product. So maybe it's a comic book, maybe it's a piece of memorabilia, maybe it's a poster, a piece of art, whatever. But this particular thing is going to be released at this particular time. There's going to be a specific amount of units released out there. And if you are lucky enough to be there at the right exact time, click the button as fast as you can, and you're one of those 5,000 people to get one of those products, you receive one of the products, but you don't exactly know. It's kind of by chance. It's kind of like a lottery, how rare the product that you are getting is going to be. Okay, so they release some that are common, some that are uncommon, some that are rare, some that are super rare. There's different kind of tiers of commonness, it's not the right word, and we're doing really well with our words today. There's different levels that you'll be able to get, and you don't know until you actually get it, okay? There's more of a chance that you're gonna get a common one, a common NFT, than you are a super rare NFT. But again, it's fun, right? One thing I will say, it's very hard to get an NFT at the drop. All right, because there are a lot of people vying for maybe 5 or 10 or 20,000 of these particular NFTs. So you have to be there right at the right time. You have to be one of the lucky ones that gets it and click the button as fast as you can. Okay, so that's one way you can get NFTs inside of the VV app. The other way is on the market. And it's a little bit easier to get things on the marketplace. It works very similar to eBay. People post their NFTs for sale. You can buy it now. You can auction and bid on that auction. However, even though it's a little easier to get the NFTs that way, typically the prices are higher. Okay, so you have the drops and you have the marketplace, and that's how you can get NFTs on the VV app. One thing I will say about VV2 that really attracted me to it is that it's very easy to use, very easy to understand, and very easy to navigate, right? What's daunting about NFTs is sometimes you have to have knowledge of your crypto wallet, numbers, and you have to have knowledge of how blockchain works, and you have to have Ethereum gas that you can have to pay for in these transactions. And honestly, that's above my pay grade. Okay, I don't fully understand all of that. So I chose VV to start kind of dabbling or investing in NFTs because it was very easy and had a low barrier to entry. So inside of the VV app, you purchase gems. Okay, it's the currency inside of a VV app, I guess you could say. And this is where it gets a little hairy, and this is where I'm kind of speculating for the rest of this year, because I think there's going to be some exciting things that VV releases that kind of fixes some of the problems that people are experiencing, or I should say addresses some of the apprehension that people are having. But inside of the app, you have to buy gems, and with those gems that are stored in your profile, you purchase these NFTs. 1 gem equals $1. Okay, so there on a drop, maybe an NFT costs $6 or $7, or on a drop, maybe an NFT costs $40, like mine did. The NFT that I purchased on the drop was 40 gems, or $40. The currency inside of the NFT app, like I said, is gems. So even in the marketplace, you have to purchase these NFTs with gems. One of the concerns of many people, and it's very reasonable, and this is why I'm dabbling, this is why I've spent $40 total, not a lot of money on these NFTs, is that currently there is not a way to convert your gems to a cryptocurrency or back to dollars. Okay, and you guys are probably freaking out like, what are you talking about? You can't get your money out of the app? Well, as of now, no, you cannot. All right. However, I believe VV is working on a solution to this. They have talked about this to either be able to convert those gems to a certain cryptocurrency or cryptocurrencies, or to be able to convert it back to dollars to kind of pull your investment back out of there. So this is a highly speculatory app at this point. You know, you are putting money in. Will you ever be able to get it out? I guess we never know. And again, this is why I'm very cautious with these sorts of investments and how much money I'm putting toward this. So in my scenario, I downloaded the VV app. I was kind of browsing around there, watching some YouTube videos, doing a little bit of research. I noticed there was a drop the next day, so I funded my account with 40 gems with my debit or credit card. And I was lucky enough on the first drop that I ever attempted to get one. And I only got a common one. And again, I paid $40 for it, all right? And I will picture it up here somewhere on the screen. You're gonna see the actual NFT that I got. Do I know what it is? Absolutely not. But it was my first NFT, and so I was very excited about receiving it. Not but 24 hours later, I checked in the marketplace, which is very easy to navigate inside of the app. And not a sponsor, by the way. I have no connections to VV whatsoever. But I checked inside of the app on the marketplace what the specific NFT that I got was trading for. And it was, I believe, 83 gems, or $83. All right. So in 24 hours, I invested $40 into an NFT. I was lucky enough to get one, and that turned into 80-ish gems. Okay. So it was a pretty cool experience for me. It would have been very cool if I was able to get a uncommon or a super rare or secret rare, whatever they call them in the app. I just got a common one, the basic, most common NFT you could get, but it did double in value in less than 24 hours. So again, I just want to reiterate again, these are riskier investments. This is not something you should be pouring all of your money into. However, it can be very fun, and heck, I love talking about it on YouTube. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you very soon.